If you had one superpower, what would it be? I would personally choose the power of 5 from Umbrella Academy, which is to go back in time or go forward in time. And go back in time and tell the writers of the show to not mess it up a little bit, because this show suffers from the classic case of lazy writing. Let's get to it. Alright, my name is Lee and here's my review of Umbrella Academy. I won't go through what the season went through because it's a waste of time, to be very honest. And I'll tell you my review. Alright? This show suffers from a very serious case of lazy writing. You can see it in the episodes, okay? Because the first 3 seasons had 10 episodes each. This season has just 6 episodes. And they did what Game of Thrones did. The writers were just like, hey, we have no source material. How do we proceed? Let's just make up our own ending and do it. Never works. Don't do it. You are not the writers. Do not do it. Like, you have messed up something that we all personally love. We loved 5. Like, 5 was a very sarcastic, very mean 60-year-old or 50-year-old in the body of a 12-year-old. He was hilarious. It was funny to watch him do this, and his powers were, forgive my words, but badass. It was amazing. He had the power to teleport everywhere across moving time as well. And in this season, we barely get to see it. We barely get to even see what's happening there. And you're just like, dude, 5, like, come on. By the end of it, you're just like, is this even 5 anymore? Like, the actor must be like, this is such an injustice to this. It feels so sad. But the main premise is, of course, again, the end of the world, where these two particles, the particle that isn't that our marigold, and the opposite, the flip side of that is called Durango. Now, when these two things come together, the end of the world happens. And they realize as they go through different timelines or whatever, they find out, they understand that each timeline is shattered. Alright? Now, one scene I really like is when 5 goes down to the cafe and he finds a bunch of different 5s. I was like, oh, this guy is Rick Sanchez. He's like Rick and Morty. He's just teleporting here and there. And I loved it. I love that reference. I liked it a lot. When he's sitting in the diner telling him 5 is 35, it all ends because of this. Like, you are the reason why the world will continue to end is because the Umbrella Academy even exists in the first place. So the timeline that was originally shattered was when the Marigold was released. Right? To end that, you just have to be absorbed back into the cleanse and you'll be fine. Now, of course, that means that we will no longer see our beloved characters. But it begs the question as, first of all, plot holes. Okay, a lot of plot holes. Makes no sense. How are they different times around? Like, are they from different timelines that are all coming here and chilling here? How long have they been here? And why hasn't 5 seen them before? We've seen 5, see his other future versions of himself, the older ones, and they all start farting. But he didn't fart over here. And he's like, something's up over here. Of course, when he realizes that he has to end, basically cease to exist, I was like, okay, fine. That's a nice way to say bye to characters, but can you make it a little bit more emotional? Draw me into this, because remember in this season, Lila and 5, they get trapped in the subway that takes them across the timelines for 7 years, and they fall in love and they do all their thing over there. And I felt that was a little unnecessary. It didn't really need to happen too much. You could have had somebody else also be with 5 and get stuck there. It didn't have to be Lila. It could have been Diego for all you care. It doesn't have to be Lila, right? It could have been. I think Diego would have been a great choice. I think writers listen to me. You should put Diego there. Diego would have been a perfect fit for that entire thing. But anyway, 5 dies believing that Diego hates him. They're brothers. They never hate each other. But this season just showed me that lazy writing and no source material, this is what I'm equal to. So I'm going to give this a very strong 1 actually, out of 5, because I am really not happy with this show at all. I do not consider this the last season at all. I'll give you some few good takeaways though. I like some music. One of the songs, Head by Century, is one of my favorite songs now because it fits in really well. The show has good music and good visual cues. That's about it. And apart from that, don't watch it. Just don't watch it. It's not worth it. Alright? Okay, it's Comiclee signing off. I know you're going to like and subscribe and comment below. And what are your thoughts on this season? If you like it or not, let me know in the comments below and we'll talk about it later. And until then, I'll see you later. It's Comiclee signing off. I don't know why I did that. Signing off.